Alrighty, so one of the first things we're going to talk about is the operator's control panel here. We're going to go over some of the things here and just work our way around the mower. So starting here on our right side, we have the speed control, and of course this says park, that's cut, and that's transport. I believe transport is for a faster speed where you're trying to get from point A to point B. You're not necessarily cutting, but you probably could be cutting. Cut is generally the ideal speed you want to be at. In order to start this vehicle, you do need to be in park, and this operator lever does need to be down in order to start. You have your idle here, so from fast all the way to turtle. Your PTO to engage your blades. Now this fuel tank is equipped with a 4-gallon fuel tank, but there is no fuel gauge, which is kind of a bummer. But it does have a reserve, so if you run out of fuel, you just swing it on over here. That will probably allow you to at least get back to the truck, get more fuel, and then you can move on to whatever it is you're going to do. Here is your ignition key, your choke, and your hour meter. In order to move forward, of course you move these guys forward and then back and then left and right. So if you guys have any questions on how that works, just let us know and we could do another video for you. This right here is going to be your deck adjustment bar here. That's going to allow you to lower and raise the deck. Okay, so whenever you want to place the deck in whatever height that you need to, there's a pin. You slide your pin in to whatever height you want it to be at, and then that's it, you're done. So this is our deck height adjustment lever, and this is our adjuster pin. So you range anywhere between 4.5 all the way down to 1.5 inches. Slide this pin wherever it is you need to go on whatever height, and there you go, you're all set. This knob here is your front reference bar adjuster. So some people, well, everybody has a different length in their hand from their fingers and what they can reach. So here you're just going to go ahead, and I believe it's oh, here we go, it's going backwards. So you just crank that wherever it is you might need, and then that allows you to have that further distance, whatever's comfortable for you. For me, what I like is wherever my bar is in front of my handles and behind my handles, I like to be able to have my fingertips to be able to grab them, so that way I have a little bit better control on what I'm trying to do. Yeah, see, to me that's comfortable, and then same thing for back here, although this is non-adjustable. Okay, so that takes care of this top part. Now let's go ahead and move on down. So this mower is also equipped with a side discharge cover, a little shield here, and you really don't want to remove that, but if you do, that is a safety hazard. But if you decide to install a chute blocker plate, then you will probably no longer need this. This particular model does already come with a mulching kit underneath that's bolted into the separate different areas for those I think the baffles or separators or whatever they're called in there. This is a floating deck, as you can see here, it's hanging by these chains, and to be able to get to your pulley system you're going to have to take care of these side plates. The front one, you got to take those out, and that allows you to get to those belts in case you need to replace the belt or your grease fittings or things like that. It does have anti-scap wheels, one here, one there, as well as on the other side. Okay. Alright, and right on here you are going to have your oil filter cap, and then of course your little drain spout there. When you use that, you just take that off there, and then you are able to push it down through this hole there, and that allows you to drain it out, which is very simple. Okay, on these front casters, these casters are airless, which means you will not get a flat tire. On some other brands, I believe like the Bobcat mowers, those are pneumatic, you will get flat tires. I'm not saying you will because you're buying a Bobcat, but because anytime you have a mower, you're bound to get a flat tire if it's a pneumatic tire. So that's all I was saying when I said that. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have on here? We have our air filter there. Okay, this is a Kawasaki FX600V engine, so it is 19 horsepower gross. Plenty of horsepower. It also is an electric start, so you have your battery in here. Now this battery is by Batteries Plus Bulbs. That's a pretty big chain of stores here. And this particular battery, if you notice, it has the Duracell logo on it. Well, I have a friend who used to own a couple of the Batteries Plus Bulb stores, and they told me that in ordering for Batteries Plus Bulbs to have the Duracell logo on there, their return rate for their quality batteries had to be less than 0.5%. So that means their batteries had to be really awesome. So that's pretty cool. Right on the left side of the operator's platform, you have the fuel tank lid. So you go ahead and put your gas in there. Now this has a really neat flip up platform here. So if you want to operate this behind it, although I feel the controls a little far in front of you, because your knees are going to be hitting here where we're trying to walk, and you don't really have room to put your feet. But if you're just operating real slow, you could stand a little bit, about a foot behind you, or a foot behind the platform here, and walk comfortably. But you wouldn't want to do that for long distances. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and ride, there you go. So you hop on, and then you're on your way. So this particular system here has, you really can't, maybe we get in the shop, I can show you a little bit better. But underneath here has really thick rubber, and it's folded over, so it has that spring to it. And then you have two push bars that push into that. Also, if you want to move the machine in neutral, where you are not able to start it, or whatever the case may be, or there's a malfunction, you just pull your pins here all the way out, and then you can go ahead and push it manually. It does weigh about 635 pounds, so or maybe 830 pounds, sorry. So it is a little heavy. This has a nice cushion on it. Now this particular cushion is different than the Bobcat, or I think the Bradley. This does come up a little bit here on the sides, which I like. Allows you to kind of lean into the side and keep you in, where I think the Bobcat is straight across, so you don't have anything that kind of holds you in. Go ahead and take your back cushion off, and then here you have your operator's manual right inside. You get your hydro fluid in here, and there's some adjustments in here which we're going to talk to you about a little bit later under the features and benefits part. Okay, so you got your wheel wells here, the little fenders. You can stand on them if you need to. You know, as far as to get some weight, if you're going along a hill and you need to lean a little bit on one side, you can do that if you need to. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and turn the mower on, make a couple passes in the backyard, then we're going to move to the shop. We're going to show you some cool features and benefits about this mower. what you're looking at right here is the dampener. Now this is just a hydraulic here that's has a bracket on one end. As you can see, it's got 3 different holes. You have an inner, an outer, and a standard. So what they do is they allow you to have the different feeling of how tight or how hard it is to squeeze the handles into position when you're trying to maneuver. So if you're someone who has big, strong hands and you like the feel of the handlebars needing a lot more force to compress to be able to move forward or back or operate the hydros, then you're going to want to put it on the outer, which is going to be this one right here. If you're someone who maybe has a lot of arthritis in their hands, or just want it to be easier to squeeze the controls, you're going to want it on the inner, which is that one. But it's going to be shipped to you in the middle, which is the standard. That's going to be what most of the machines you feel are going to be set at. Now, a lot of machines do not have those adjustments. A lot of machines are not going to have those adjustments. So, I tried all 3. The outer is a lot harder to squeeze. I could definitely tell that my hands will get more fatigued quicker. The standard isn't too bad. I was used to that, but once I switched to the inner, it was so much easier, less effort to operate these. So I felt like I was more in control. Plus, adjusting this right here also helped too, to be able to keep everything within this range of what I like. I like to be right in there, at operating range. So that way I'm using more of my top part of my fingers here rather than stretching out and going like that, because that's going to wear your fingers out. If you can stay closer like this, I think you'll be better off. But again, it's just comfort on what you may or may not like. Okay, here's another key feature and benefit. So remember guys, a feature is something that something has. The benefit is what you get out of having that particular thing. So what we're going to show you here is a really neat feature, and some companies have this and some don't. Some have it and it's just in another type of way, or it's more of a pain in ordering to do. Alright, so what we're looking at is right here. This is your hydro tracking fine-tune knob. So the way that works is, you know how when you're operating these machines and you're going forward or backwards, but you're doing both throttles or both hydros at the same time all the way, and you seem to be going one way or the other? Well, this knob and this knob helps you. There you go. This knob and that knob help you to prevent that, or to correct that, I should say. So if you're going full force, both your handles are forward, and you're drifting one way, then you adjust that knob that direction. You either loosen it or tighten it, and then you have to stop it first, then do it, and then go ahead and do it again, and then you'll start seeing the difference. So that is really neat. Most of the time there would be a turnbuckle on this rod right here, but it'd be all the way down at the hydro, and it would be just a huge pain to do. A lot of tools required and things like that, and just kind of a pain. So that's a feature and benefit of that guy right there. Okay, here is a fuse box. So if you notice, something's not working right, it needs a fuse, there's 2 fuses right there, and the other fuse is here. One of those is probably your starter. I don't know which one. So if you're not starting for some reason, no clicks, no nothing, pull one of these fuses. It may be one of those that are out. Just a little hint there for you. Let's see here, what else in this guy. A couple of grease fittings in here, but that's really about it. What else could I show you guys about this cool mower? I think Bobcat makes the actual mower for Kubota, but I'm not sure. I can't seem to get a hold of anybody at Kubota Manufacturing to answer that question. All it is just operators saying, oh, there's no one available to answer those kinds of questions. And I'm like, well, I know that's BS, because you have a production manager there, and he can tell you every single thing about that plant, about what they do and don't make. Oh, here's another thing I want to show you. Alright, we're going to have to dismount the camera because I'm going to show you something underneath that deck. Okay guys, so we are underneath here, and what we're looking at is the front part of the deck. And you're probably wondering, bro, why are you showing us this? Okay, well this part right here, you see those two screws, that one and that one, that's the right side. This is the left side, is the same thing. Okay, that actually goes up and down. So you're probably wondering, okay, well why does that matter? Okay, well northern turf grasses and southern turf grasses, the lawn care company prefer to cut them at a certain height. Well, depending on the grass type you're cutting, the majority of, you can set the height of this shield right here, and what that does is that allows so much grass to come into this chamber here and stand up before it fully erect, before it gets a chance to get cut by the blades here. So that's very important. That allows you to get a super clean cut the first pass and not have to go back. So that's a very neat feature that, you know, some mowers don't have. And also, you know, it's got the already installed mulch kit. Well guys, I hope that video was entertaining to you guys. I've had it for maybe about a week and a half, and I'm really happy with this mower. You know, for some of you guys who've been around this channel for quite some time, you know how fast I go through mowers. I'll buy a mower brand new. Sometimes I get rid of it the very next day if I don't like it. Sometimes maybe 30 hours or so. Sometimes it's a week and I just let it go. You know, it's not that I have millions of dollars or anything like that. I buy all of my products through Kubota credit. And of course a lot of them get paid off really fast. But being able to purchase it from Kubota allows me to have the freedom to buy different brand mowers, Ferris, Scape, Kubota, you know, things like that, and be able to try different types of mowers to see what best fits what I'm trying to accomplish. So remember guys, there's no such thing as what is the best mower on the market, because that could be anything. It's not that it doesn't exist, it's that it could be anything. And the best mower is what performs the best for you on what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day, and that's what it's really all about. So a lot of brands make some great quality stuff. You know, like Walker is one of the best brands out there for bagging and clean cuts and things like that, but it's not a mower designed for the type of stuff, type of terrain that I operate on. It's just not that rigorous of a type of machine, you know. And you know, there's other brands, Toros I've tried that, you know, maybe I haven't tried the right Toro, but you know, went through some Encores and, you know, just different brands, and you know, just got to find what it is that you like. But guys, if you have any questions about this Kubota stand-on mower, leave them in the comment section down below, or you know, contact your local Kubota dealer anywhere in the U.S. and you can find one of these. You can go online to Kubota US, kubotausa.com, I believe is the website. There's so much more information about this machine. Is it similar to the Bobcat and the Bradley? Sure, there are some similarities to it, but there's a lot of things, guys, this machine has that those other two machines do not have, and that's what really separates the difference there. You know, who makes it, Bobcat or Bradley or whoever, I have no idea. I'm still trying to find that out through Kubota themselves, through manufacturers. So I'll see if I can make a phone call this week. I'll see if maybe the store GM, Jason, can call Kubota manufacturer and find out, say, hey, do we make this, you know, because they'll probably answer him because he's an employee of the company where I'm not, you know. So he may know somebody down there, so that would be, I would like to know. As soon as I find out, I'm going to let you guys know. But other than that, guys, we have a discharge chute plate coming so we can start mulching things and we won't need that side cover. I'm happy with it, I really am. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm Kevin with Texas Veteran Power Outdoors. See you on the next one.